and beer and potato chip diet and actually put some vegetables in there. And I can't help that. I will wait until they actually...
But
the smart people...
And I know that, Jeff, but here's the thing. And it sucks, but this is where I fall into the place where people like me fall in, and Gemma can consist with this, to where I say, allow yourself to open your mind and see where it goes.
Well, that's the thing. People are starting to open their minds out there. I see people come to my site all the time, and they'll get a bottle of trace minerals. If they want to drag out radiation and particles and toxins, they'll get a bottle of, the super zeolite. And some of them will get an ozonator. Nobody goes and gets the whole thing and starts to work on it. They take a piece at a time, as they can afford it, and they go and get the work done. Same way we all do.
That's the fear. But unfortunately, the fear is there. But this is where people like me can fall into this place where we say, allow yourself to fall into place with fear, but open yourself up to something that could be greater.
Well, that's what we're seeing happen. I see more and more of that happening, and it encourages me. So I'm going to keep teaching detox. I'm going to keep teaching them how to reverse it themselves at home.
Good.
And we'll make gains every single time we teach someone. And that's all we have to do.
And that's good, because I know for a fact that what you're doing is very beneficial of what's happening. The only problem is that the majority sees it as, controversial. They see it as something that is not exactly
not mainstream.
What's right? Yeah,
what you'll see now is if you go to the alternative health communities, many of the practitioners, you're seeing now many, many, many people that normally would have gone through regular classical medical doctor school are going now into the naturopathic side. You go to those colleges and see their enrollment charts, it's off the chart. People are going the naturopathic route because they know the pharmaceuticals are garbage, they know they're toxic, and they're saying, I don't want to do that to my family. I've seen them get reversed through basic detox, changing the diet a little bit. And that's why I have to defend some of the medical doctors, because some of them are really good people. The patient will come in and say, look,
you're absolutely right for doing that.
Well, they come into them and they say, look, I've got all these pains, I got this and I got that, and the doctor tells them, look, you got to go out and get some exercise so you can get oxygen in your body, and you got to change that diet. You can't be sitting around eating pizza and beer all the time and expect to grow cells. And so the people will go out, they'll go back to their house, they didn't spend any money because it came out of their health benefits if they have it, and they just keep doing what they're doing. They come back to the doc, they say, I still have the pain. The doc says, hey, look, did you get any jogging in? Did you do anything to try and get some exercise to rebuild this tissue and get some oxygen in? Well, no, I couldn't because I was working really heavy schedule and I had to do this and I had to do that and the kids are driving me nuts. Okay, well, did you change the diet and get some raw vegetables in, not cooked, so you can get your enzymes? Because when you cook anything at over 118 degrees, you kill the enzymes. And they say, well, we thought the vegetables were expensive, when they're not, of course. And so the doc says, okay, here's a pill. Take the pill, your pain will go away. And if you ask any medical doctor, they're going to tell you one thing. When we give you any pharmaceutical at all, we have to poison or shut down another system in order for us to kill the pain. So in their defense, some of them, I've got to say they tried, but the people would not do the work. So what happens is 3 years later, 4 years later now, the person's cells have gotten so toxic, they're so weak, they're so disabled, they're now on disability. They can't work anymore, or they lost their job because they couldn't function, took too much time off because they didn't feel right, and now they're in a state where they know they're going down the tube. They're frightened.
Good evening, Jeff and Aaron.
And who's this?
This is Herkimer.
Herkimer, how are you?
I'm slightly short of magnificent, Jeff, just like you.
Yeah, I wish I was.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Aaron, how are you? This is Herkimer. Dave is somewhere.
I know.
He's not here right now.
Okay.
That's okay. Good to hear from you, my friend.
But
Aaron,
let me just say...
Aaron, listen to me for one moment. As
Okay.
long as you speak slowly, clearly, and distinctly, people will listen to you. If
I know.
you rush and slur your words, they're not going to believe you. It's that simple, my beloved friend.
I know. But what's important is that they hear what Jeff has to say.
Well,
That's
just ask
true.
me questions and I'll tell you the truth. Just tell me what you want to know.
How can I heal my beloved friend Herc?
We clean that brain out. I've been thinking about you ever since I heard your interview. I was thinking, boy, he's one pissed off fellow, and he has a certain right to be, because after the stuff I saw, and you know I didn't have a handler, and I figured out how the game was being played and who was doing it and why, I had to get some answers out of this. And I realized that the bottom line is they just want to chop the population. So let's just piss them off and live a little longer and live a little better.
It's interesting, too, because one of the things that just came out to me in the last couple of weeks is the fact that Project Talent deeply embeds in each one of us the guilt feeling that we have to save the whole freaking world.
No, we save only the ones that want to listen. Anybody else, they do what they do.
Hang on, Jeff. Until we get ourselves clear and healthy, we can't do anything to help anybody else.
You got it.
And that's been hammered home to me so hard the last 3 weeks. And you got to send me your revised diet. I've got to get my animals on that as well.
Well, the animals need to be on as much raw food and meat as possible, because that's what their stomachs are designed for. Get them raw bones and cartilage, no cooked crap. They don't deserve that kind of nonsense.
And if you freeze the bones and stuff, it destroys the good stuff in the cartilage and the bones.
I know.
Did you know that?
Yeah, but what you do is you get them as much fresh stuff as you can, and then you supplement with a really good quality food. I think the best one I've found after doing, I think it was 6 months of looking into all the brands, one was Wysong and the other was Wellness. They were as clean as they could be.
Did you check into Diamond brand dog foods?
I did not check into Diamond because I saw some components in it that as soon as I looked at the components, I said no. And I can't remember what it was. Did they change their formula and take out the synthetics?
I believe they have, because I've been feeding it to my animals now for 4 years, and my animals are healthy and happy.
All right, if you don't see any cysts on them, that's a good one, because the cysts are the first thing they'll develop, the little bumpies on the skin. That's the first thing they'll develop. They don't have no
bumpies nowhere, because I run my hands over my animals at least 3 times a week, all 10 of them.
That's good stuff then, because
Dave
you can't
does,
feed them more than a couple of months without them starting that if it's bad food. All right, so it's Diamond. I'll take a peek at it.
It's human edible.
All right, let me make a note here. And it's Diamond?
Diamond brand dog food.
Got it. Thank you. I'll put that on my list, and I'll go take a look at it, but sounds like you've got one that's working good.
And make sure you email Dave your latest revised diet.
Yep. We are finishing up working with Dr. Yannick right now on his commensal cell diet. And once we get finished with that, we'll be starting to put the practitioners on it and getting it out to everybody so they can get the products, get started, and get some of this stuff cleaned up. Initially, though, for you and Aaron, I would suggest the zeolite, a couple of drops under the tongue every day. You'll drag out A, radiation, and B, a lot of that crud that's in there. And that gets the brain cleaned out. What's that?
Spell that again, please.
Sure, Zeolite. If you go to my detox section, it's down towards the bottom of the page. That's what I've been using, and it really made a difference for me.
because right now I take GSO and Biozama from biozama.com,